Oh, yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another of our Mastering Ranking lessons. And today we're going to be looking at academic ranking of world universities, ARWU, aka that's otherwise known as Shanghai Rankings. Today, March 6, 2026, I am Peter Okebukola. And there is a Shanghai ranking. Why Shanghai ranking? Shanghai ranking because the rankers, just one professor and two assistants, conduct this ranking in Shanghai Jiaotong University in China. I visited the lab in 2007 and beautiful university, I tell you, beautiful university. And by 2011, we gathered in UNESCO headquarters in Paris. I showed this picture, the last lesson. This is Professor Liu. He's the one who does the Shanghai ranking. This is Phil Beatty, who is the big bad, the chief executive of Times Higher Education. Both of them doing great work. I do for Nigeria, I used to do for Africa. And so the UNESCO book on rankings and accountability, chapter 8, An African Perspective on Rankings in Higher Education by Peter Okebukola. What are we going to do in this lesson? We're going to look at the history of ARWU. You don't know what ARWU is now. Academic Ranking of World Universities. Look at the methodology, look at the timelines. Look at how African universities are performing. Underperforming or performing or overperforming. Then we look at comparative rankings. So let's look at the history. Come with me to 1998, actually just before. The Chinese government said, hey, we want our universities, and I love that, to be among the top universities, to build world-class universities. So they added that as a project called Project 985. And so the Shanghai Jiaotong University people said, hey, yeah, let us see how we can benchmark, how we can develop a ranking scheme that will focus on measurable academic and research outputs rather than reputation surveys, rather than reputation. I know it's no, measurable outcomes that will benchmark Chinese universities against global leaders. So by 2003, ARWU was published, and this is the timeline, 2 decades of significant growth. 2003, as I said, the first one published, 500 universities showed up there. Harvard came as number 1. Now, 2004 methodology was refined. 2007 subject rankings in 5 broad fields introduced. Shanghai Ranking Consultancy established this and now ranks about 1,000 institutions globally, 55 subjects used by 2,000 plus institutions for strategy. This is the evolution, the timeline, same as I said earlier. So let's go on to the methodology. Before I go, let me ask you, Times Higher Education World University Rankings, can you tell me the methodology? Yeah, you don't forget. See yourself now. What about QS, World University Rankings or subject rankings? Yeah, I know you have not forgotten, because in all the tests you got 750 over 750. In the practicals you did very well. You are the very best. Okay, we've not told you about ARWU, so let me tell you about ARWU now. There are 6 indicators. How many did I say? Yeah, you heard me right. 6. So what are the 6? You have alumni. What does alumni mean? You know what alumni means? Somebody who has left your university. If your alumni wins a Nobel Prize, you know what Nobel Prize is, of course. Our field medals. What are field medals? The field medal is the equivalent of a Nobel Prize in mathematics. I'm sure that Professor Musa Kambi, the mathematical dean of science in LASU, is aiming towards getting the field medal. Okay, now this takes 10%. Now, if the Nobel Prize winner is in your university teaching your university, then that's the award component of this, the indicator. Look at this: 20% Nobel Prize, 7, 10% Nobel Prize alumni. You can see a whole 1/3 goes to Nobel Prize. You see highly cited researchers in 21 broad subject categories. The Clarivate researcher citation, 20%. There are two journals called Nature, and that one called Nature and Science journals. Past 5 years, the papers are published by your staff. Yeah, 20%. And then per capita, that's not capital, there's no L here, capital, head, in Latin. I did Latin for today, those days. You did Latin? Okay, fine. That's per capita means per head. Per capita academic performance. So that's 10%. So these are the 6, and these are the wages that are accorded to it. So you go to the site, you find alumni 10% award, 20% HICI, just like I reported just now. These are the indicators and the weights. How many indicators again did you say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 indicators. And these are the weights. So where does Professor Liu and his team, where do they get the data? Straightforward. They don't to ask you anything except your staff data. That's all. They get the Nobel Prize. They don't need to ask you, do you have the Nobel Prize for your university? They don't ask you. There's a database, official database of the Nobel Prize winners and field medal winners. So they get the information from there. Then for your highly cited researchers, Clarivate, the Web of Science. You did that in this last practical, of course. So it's gone from there. Insights, Journal, Analytical Platform, that's where that was gone. Nature and Science Publishers Records, that's where it's gone. So only this one. So what is the process? First thing, of course, is data collection between January and April. There's normalized, there's the weighting, PCP adjustment, and then by August, you have the publication. So let's look at the latest one. The latest actually is 2025. Harvard came top of the pack, rank 1. Stanford next. Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT for short, third, and the rest. So you can see their ranks, you can see their total score, and you can see their scores on the 6 indicators: alumni, award. You can see 100% here. You will see in a minute why it's 100%. Award, HICI, NNS, POP, and PCP. So that's the thing. So what are the timelines? I mentioned a bit of it earlier. So data harvesting starts January to February. You know we're March now. Today is March 6th, 2026. March to April, the highly cited researcher verification goes on. Computation and quality and QA. July, there's a pre-release review. Then by August, there's a public. Yes, everybody come see review. Let's look at how African universities. I need to ask you, looking at those indicators, how do you think African universities will fare? Yeah, I can hear some people saying, oh yeah, they fare very well. And I agree with you. I can hear some people say, no, I don't think they fare very well. I also agree with you. So what? I'm in between. But I know that Africa will have great promise. But for now, it is not so good. It's not so good because if you look at the award and the alumni, 30%, Nobel Prize winners, the Nobel Prize winners are very thin on the ground in Africa. So, but let's look at it. Look at Nobel Prize winners from 1901 to 2024. See North America, 430. Europe, 510. Hey, Africa, do well. Hey, which can do well? The list. See, the list. 12. So these are some. So Africa is severely underrepresented here in the ARWU. And in fact, when somebody asks me to rank in terms of rigor, I rank ARWU the first top as number 1 in terms of rigor among all the ranking schemes. Okay. So let's look at institutions with the most Nobel laureates. Look at Harvard. Harvard has 161 Nobel Prize winners. Do you know how many students are in Harvard today? 25,100 students. 25,000. Some of your universities will get 1 million students. No, not up to 1 million. Maybe 40,000, 50,000. How many Nobel Prize winners? 0. So you can see Harvard 161. But don't blame us in Africa. We are young in terms of the age of our universities. Harvard University 1686. Don't old papa. Cambridge 121. Berkeley 107. MIT. Do you know how many students are in MIT? Under 12,000. So it means that at MIT, every corner you turn, even Nobel go to smell, Nobel Prize go to smell for that place. So everywhere you turn in these universities, you see Nobel Prize winner. The others are here that you can see on the screen. So African universities, yes, we have some Nobel Prize winners, but just look at it. Peace, we get them inside. Literature, yes, but physics, they are diaspora Africans. Chemistry, diaspora Africans. Medicine, economics. Anyway, African universities on ARWU 2024. So you have 18 there in the top 1,000. South African universities 11. So University of Cape Town, that's the University of Cape Town here. It's in the band of 501 to 600. Okay, so why are we struggling? You know the answer. Why are we struggling? We have fewer relative to the other regions. Highly cited researchers. Oh, you can see less than 3% of the world's highly cited researchers are there in Africa. Less than 3% of the global world. Less than 3%. Why? They do give us research money, not lie. Low research funding. You know, African people don't make a no wash our dirty linen in public here. Limited access to high-impact journals and brain drain are primary drivers. Absence from Nobel and Field Prizes, I mentioned that one before. Other representation in nature, journal, and science. So 2%. Africa produces less than 2% of papers in nature and science. Low indexed publication volumes, low output ratio. So if you ask me, where are we going to bolster Africa's performance? It's just reversing all of this. So these are the reversing things that I mentioned, strategic tips. Hey, man, I pronounce that this is strategic, not egic. Strategic tips for, pronounce it anyhow you like. Police don't go catch you. Strategic tips for ARWU improvement. Build research clusters and centers of excellence. Great enough, the Africa Center of Excellence blows up so well. And I'd like to congratulate Association of African Universities, AAU. Me, I'm the West African ambassador. Me, now ambassador. You have to call me ambassador. Ambassador Peter Okebukola. Yes. Oh yes. Baba Oyewole, Professor Olushola Oyewole. That's our That's our boss in Accra. So they ran the Africa Center of Excellence so well. So I hope the trust, because World Bank has put out. I hope the trust goes on. Cultivate international research collaborations. Migrate publications to Web of Science Index journals. So you have Scopus and Elsevier. Also go to Web of Science. Invest in highly cited researcher recruitment and retention. Establish strategic recognition pathways. Strengthen research data and the rest. So let's look at. We have done Times Higher Education World University Rankings. We have done QS. We have done ARWU. Webometrics is going to be next week. But let us look at how these four, how they compare in a number of things. Because this is the heart of the matter of the new one that your group were going to come up with for Africa, for Nigeria, and your different countries. So look at the comparison for major rankings. The publishers, Times Higher Education, Quacquarelli Simmons, Shanghai Ranking Consultancy, Sabermetrics Lab in Spain. Started universities rank. Hey, you think I'm going to read this thing? No, I'm not going to read it. I expect, because we are sharp module 12 participants. You can take a shot of this and look at the thing later. Reputation survey, bibliometric weight, unique strength, African representation. You can see Webometrics 200 plus. You will expect that ARWU that we're looking at today, less than about 18 universities. Key weaknesses, you find them here. Now, so this is the thing that you see, where we develop that of Africa, we are going to ensure that when they look at it, what do I mean by they? And those outside Africa, they will not say that, hey, look at them, weak. No, we have to do something that is comparable and have African context, contextualize it, but we're not going to go below this one. So look at Times Higher Education World University Rankings, teaching and learning. You can see the research environment, research quality. This is going to be your project. We are going to develop a model for Africa. Industry income, QS World University Rankings, academic reputation survey, employer reputation survey, faculty. See all of this. So this table is very important. Make a note of it. So which ranking will serve our purpose? Now, African universities seeking quick wins. Tertiary education and webometrics. You can add keywords to this. What about relating to national policy and government accountability? All the four. Webometrics, digital presence, and all of this. So that's this for the purpose, for our purpose, all the four, and then for specifically for quick wins, this for African university. What are we taking away? We're taking away the fact for the ARWU, African universities are severely underrepresented. Why? Because let's see now, gaps in highly cited researchers, Nobel laureates, and nature or science publications. So improvement, we want improvement, of course, requires long-term investment. Research centers, highly cited recruitment, web of science, targeted publications, and international co-authorship. Mind you, all the four, ARWU, Tertiary Education, QS, and Webmetrics, each serve different purposes. What did I say? They serve different purposes. But institutional leaders should look at this strategically, not rely on any single ranking. So do your best to appear on these different rankings, and that will be it. So let's go on a short break, and when we come back from the break, we'll go take on our practical. Yeah, so welcome from the short break. We're going on to the practical session. As I wrote to you in that special newsletter, this course, practicals, from now on. No more Monday live lectures, because VIGB is known for development of skills. It's the best. This VIGB is the best in the whole of Africa. So what's our practical 6 about? Is gap analysis on academic ranking of world universities. What are we going to do? We're just going to conduct a gap analysis on rankings on the 2025 ARWU. So your practical report will look like this. You're going to go to the site of ARWU and just list the top five universities. You know, we mentioned them. I mentioned them earlier. You put their total score, the score on alumni, on award, on highly cited, on nature and science, on publications, and PCP. Just put them here. Simple. It will take you a couple of minutes to do that. Now, you're going to go to ARWU for top 5 African rankings 2025. You have to select from at least 3 countries. So the first institution, that's Cape Town, of course, put your total score, you put alumni score, you put all of this. The second, the third, the fourth. Then your institution, you write the name of your institution there. Like in my own case now, Lagos State University, total score will be 0 because it's not appearing there. Alumni, and most of you in this room, all of you, I think, in the course, almost all, maybe 99.9 whatever percent will be 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm projecting this from the scores and from what Africa has been able to do. So let's take on the demonstration of this exercise. Yeah, so what we'll do, academic ranking of world universities, you just do a Google, you find it here, Shanghai ranking, you click on this, and you go to rankings, you go to academic ranking of world universities, and that's it. So the 5, 1, 2, Harvard, Stanford, MIT, Cambridge, and California, Berkeley. So all you do is just copying this thing here, my dear participants. Total score, alumni, and the rest. So what about the second part? That of Africa. So I said 3 countries. So you can start with South Africa, knowing that it is the one that has, let's see, you can take, because Nigeria is not here. Yeah, so you have South Africa here. So you take Cape Town, you can see the alumni score, total score is not even there. Don't worry then if you don't have that. Alumni score, award, this, and that. So you put all of those ones there. Yeah, so that's it. I asked you to take like 3 countries. Yeah, you can see Ghana is here. Ghana. So you can take Ghana. So you have University of Ghana, 0, 0, no Nobel. It's 0, this. So that's what you're going to put in there. There's also Ethiopia. Yeah, okay, you also have Egypt. So yeah, so go on to Egypt. So you can see Cairo University. Yeah, you can see all of that. So this is quite wonderful. So you can get your data from here. Yeah, so by way of the scoring, you have 20 marks for each of these cells. All the ones here, 20 marks. So for the African one, we didn't get any, it didn't say any total score. So the marks will come from here, and then your discussion of results, recommendation, and conclusion. The marking scheme is like this. For the global, 5 institutions times 7 indicators, 20 marks, 700. For Africa, 5 institutions times 6 indicators. Well, I've taken off this one, that's 600. Discussion of results, 500. Just as you can see here, you are going to be putting in your pocket 2,600 marks. Yeah, so to summarize, what have we done in this lesson? We have looked at the history, we looked at methodology, and we looked at the comparative rankings. So what's going to be next? Next, of course, is webometrics rankings. Until then, it is bye-bye from me, Peter Okebukola.